Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to write equation of a line given 2 points. These are the steps that we need to follow in order that we can determine that equation of a line that passes through these 2 given points. Let's have an example to better see what this problem is all about. So we have write the equation of a line that passes through points -1, 4 and 1, -6. So these are the first step. So before we jump into the steps, by the way, we are going to label each of these points. So I'm just gonna label this as, since this is the first point, I'm gonna have a subscript of 1 for this. So that would be x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. It's telling me that these are the coordinates of the first point. These are the coordinates of the second point. From here, we jump into the first step. We're going to solve for the m, or the slope. So that would be m is equal to, we plug in the values to the values of these to the equation. Y sub 2 is -6. I'm going to write -6 minus y sub 1 is 4. I'm going to write 4. And then x sub 2. X sub 2 is 1. And then minus x sub 1 is -1. So then we can go ahead and change this to plus, and then we do the arithmetic for this. That would be -6 minus 4 is a -10 over 1 plus 1 is 2. So then we can go ahead and say that our m is -5. So our m is -5. We're going to use that in the next step that we have here. Second step, we're going to write the slope-intercept form of a line, y equals mx plus b. And the third step is to plug in the values of y, m, and x, and we keep the b. So we can pick which of these two that you're going to use for x and y, but let's just take the first one here. Again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one you pick to plug into the x and the y, but let's pick the first one. So our y for this point right here would be 4, so I'm going to plug in 4 here, equals the m that we just solved is -5, so I'm going to write -5, and then the x on the first coordinate that we have is -1. So I'm going to put -1 here. Again, you can use this. It doesn't matter. The answer would still be the same. You can use this point right here, but we're using the first one. So that's a plus b. And then remember that it's the b that we're solving for. So then in this problem here, we get a 4 equals a +5, because we have a negative and negative will come out positive. So it's a +5 plus b, and we want to solve for b. So then we subtract 5 from both sides. So -5 and -5. So then we are left with, so we can cross this out first. So our b then is a -1. And then from here, we can write the equation. Remember that in writing the equation of a line, we keep the y, we change the m, whatever we got on this step right here, we keep the x, and then we change the b. So it's only the m and the b that we're changing. So the equation that we have here would be y equals, our m is -5, so I'm going to write -5. I keep the x, and our b that we solved in this step here is a -1. So this is the equation of the line that would pass through these 2 points that we have here. On the left side, you will see the graphical version of this problem here. You will see that the blue points, the 2 blue points, -1, 4 and 1, -6, those are the 2 points. I colored them blue. The red line, which is y equals -5x minus 1, is passing through these 2 points. So that means the equation that we have here is correct, since this red line is passing through these 2 points. Otherwise, if the red line does not go through these 2 points, then our equation is correct. But for now, we got the correct answer. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. It's pretty much the same thing. We are going to label the points first. So this is the first point. So we can go ahead and say this is x sub 1, y sub 1, and this is x sub 2, y sub 2. So that means this is the coordinate of the first point. This is the coordinate of the second point. We use the first step. We find the m. So our m is equal to our y sub 2 in this problem here is 5. So I write 5 minus our y sub 1 is 17. Again, I use this equation right here. Next, at the bottom or the denominator, we start with x sub 2. X sub 2 is 1 minus x sub 1 is 3. So then we subtract 5 minus 17 is negative 12 over 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So then we can go ahead and divide this. Negative over a negative, or negative 12 divided by negative 2 is a positive 6. So this is our slope, which is represented as letter M. Second step here is we write the equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. This is the slope of this is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So then we plug in the value. Again, we can pick any of these numbers here, but let's just pick the first one. So our y is 17. So I'm going to write 17 right here. Our m, the one that we solved here, is 6. And then our x is 3. So I'll put 3. And then in this step here, we are supposed to keep the b. We are supposed to solve for the b, or the y-intercept. That's why I had to keep the b here, because that's what we're looking for. So if we simplify this, this would be 17 equals, that would be 6 times 3 is 18 plus b. So then we want to solve for b. That's part of the third step here. So we subtract 18 from both sides, minus 18. So then we can go ahead and cross this out. Our b, or y-intercept, is negative 1. So these are the numbers. The m and the b are the ones that we plug into y equals mx plus b. So the final equation that we have for this line that passes through these 2 points would be y equals, again, our m here is 6. We keep the x. Our b is negative 1. We put a minus 1. So this is the equation of that line. On the left side, you will see the graphical version of this problem here. I put the points in color blue. That's 317 and 15. As you can see, these two blue points are part of the part of the line, which is in red, which is y equals 6x minus 1. So that means this equation is correct since this line is containing these 2 points here. Again, the red line is this one, y equals 6x minus 1, and then the 2 blue points are these two. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!